Ladies and gentlemen, this is Serral, potentially the greatest of all time Zerg player or StarCraft player in general, versus Estrella, ZVP. Maybe the greatest StarCraft 2 player ever versus Estrella, the NA Hope. Estrella has been getting much and much stronger over the past few years. Major respect to him, competing in GSL and the like. Very rare for players outside South Korea to do so, but it does happen. We have a cat requesting attention. Do you want to jump up? Chill, bro. We have a chill bro, kitten. Okay. Give us Serral's view. Okay. We chill with the cat. Estrella being annoying with the first probe. Drone. Biting him. Serral gets the pool. Everything is normal so far. Could you hear the cat yelling? So Estrella blocked the second base location that you would normally like to take. So Serral took the triangle base location. It'll end up feeling like his third once he's got the natural eventually taken. But it'll be a minute. Heckin' probes blocking our bases. It happens. This map is called Site Delta, I believe. Just gonna get his queen from the main. Yep. Gonna get a queen from that. We'll call it a third. But it's the second base that he took. Ling speed, researched, and he's pulled fully off gas. He didn't even notice Loki, yeah. Trisha is out hanging, so we are cat sitting. Hello Scream, thank you for sponsoring this Serral cast and or study. I hope you are keeping mighty and well, Master Zarg. As we're in the early game and Serral is doing stuff, I'm happy to report that I found a way for Brunt to endure without being fully retired. He is playing hardcore, classic WoW. Currently, Brunt is level 6. Their guild has retired the 25-man raiding operations. Which was a very emotional and interesting transition because I've been raiding in Classic for 4.5 years. Now what will we do? Other things, I suppose. Serral is droning up. Adept did get a little bit of damage. He's going to peek into the natural with an Overlord here, and then he has another Overlord in the main. Is he getting Overlord speed? No, just Ling speed. He doesn't have any gas for Overlord speed right now. Am I gonna play Cataclysm? Maybe. Probably not, but it's possible. It might be fun to just level up at least. And see what it's like to at least do the 5-man stuff. Yeah, probably not the 25-man weekend raiding that we did before. He pulled back the drone that was damaged. Let's check the units lost. Has he lost a worker? He has lost 1 worker so far. 1 worker. A small price to pay for the oppression of the adepts against our drones. They're just normal drones, just harvesting resources. We need resources to survive. Is that so wrong? The Protoss seem to think so. That's why they send adepts at us. Ooh, Estrella's going for 2 Stargate. Oh, and it's scouted. Jeez Louise. The random 430 Sloverlord sack into the main. Scouted the double Stargate build. Serral knows exactly what is going on. Man, that's the kind of build that really relies on secrecy as well. And it is no longer secret. Did he let them finish? Let's see. He canceled them! Oh my god.
The video games that are occurring right now. Estrella, upon the double Stargate being canceled, being scouted, cancels both of them. And is now gonna go ground with Twilight. Okay. Okay. Queens, pressure the medevac. It's not a medevac, it's a warp prism. It's basically a Protoss medevac, though. In my defense. It's the most medevac-like thing they have. Serral's going for a 4th base. A little bit before 6 minutes. 3rd base is getting saturated. He has 63 drones against 51 probes. 2 Adepts go into the 3rd Queens. Pressuring that prism. Serral goes for a follow-up. Overseer Scout sees no Stargates. And a researching Twilight. And he cancels his spores. Wow. Really squeezing every dollar out of the video game he can. Jeez. It's pretty annoying having the prism there and not having a spire to be able to get rid of it. It's just one of those things you have to deal with. It doesn't feel good, but the warp prism can always do that. On this map, at least. He does have a spire that's almost done, though. Prism scouts it. I guess my question is, what is he gonna do with the spire? Harass mutas? And then if so, how many? Evo chamber. He has 69 drones. 3 bases full. He makes 7 mutas. No air upgrade. And then rest is Roach Ravager. Roach speed is about to be done. Range attack +1. I think he canceled it. Now he's just trying to spam out units. 2 Ravagers. 9 Roaches. He's trying to swoop around with the mutas. See if he can do anything fancy. Gets pressure on an Archon in the back. Oh, ouchie. That Archon is injured now. He's filling the gas at his 4th base. Mutas are going on offense. If he has more than 5, he can basically one-shot them. Queens, transfuse the 4th. Mutas, going around the main, looking for an opening. Going toward the natural now. Focusing probes. Gets 4 of them. Trying to keep those mutas in play. Mutas heal very fast, so ideally you fight until they're pretty injured, and then you go heal and you gain value of health from that heal. That's like mutas of value. Okay, mutas swooping around. Staying by the natural. Serral has a Ling at the 4th base potential location. Another spotter Ling right here to see this base location, and then an Overseer with a Changeling here. And he's just getting little chip damage with these mutas. This isn't crazy game-ending hits. This is chip damage. 6 probes? That's pretty good. But it's allowed Serral to gradually get further and further ahead. He has a pretty big bank. And he's maxed. So he's maxed and he has minerals to spare. He can send the mutas to get the prism now. If he wants to. May have to cancel that base. Mutas going on the prism. He keeps the offense mutas across the map. So disciplined. Damn. Most people would F2, or they would have all their mutas in one key, and then they would fly all the way home to chase the prism. But he keeps the offense going. And continues to get chip damage. How many heckin' probes has he killed? 18 probes so far. And he takes another 5th base. Another 5th base attempt, or a 6th base. At this point, it's just Big Zerg macro. 13 probes. And this flyby. Stalker's blinking at him. Some of the mutas have fallen. The Roachling Ravager Bane. Actually, there's no Bane. Roachling Ravager Muta. It's interesting that he kept making some mutas. Do these mutas have upgrades? They don't have upgrades. He just made them. There simply isn't enough anti-air to deal with the mutas. It's like 4 stalkers. Okay, there are more stalkers showing up. He focuses the sentry down. He defends this base with Spine Queen. Nice. Transfusing a spine. Queens can hold off against any number of zealots as long as they transfuse the spine. Goes for the cannon now. Pulls back the low Muta. Alright. Stray is gonna shove. Is Serral gonna base race it or fight? He goes for the base race. Sending his Mutaling at the natural. The queens may need to prepare to migrate to warmer climates and a base without Protoss units. Mutaling trying to spread around the main base. The Muta's spilling over to the third here. He's making another Spire, but to keep making units. Gets the shield battery. Yeah, he's just well ahead in a base race situation here. He's simply well ahead. Yeah, Stray can kill this base, but he has an Overlord migration happening, so he's not losing his Overlords. The Queens are putting pressure on these Immortals, and the Muta's gonna eventually kill them. Yeah, Stray is simply not gonna be able to keep up with this. He is fighting it, though. Trying to run with Blink Stalkers as fast as he can. But the Mutaling DPS is simply too good. Simply too much damage, 120 supply to 90. He even have a base that's getting set up again. Look at these queens. Have to set up a business over here. Well, if the stalkers just sit on the pylon, it's gonna be awkward for Serral to fight it, but I think he can. Alright. There's still this spine over here. Oh, sick. Wow. 2 Archons free. Absolutely free of charge. And Serral has 3 hatches on the way? No, 2. 2 hatcheries on the way. Some spare larvae sitting around. Some drones that are alive. Both players have 10 workers alive. Estrella has which base now? He has this base. This is a game of StarCraft. Who's ahead? Well, Serral's ahead, but this is pretty hard to break with mutas. Yeah, and the stalkers are getting some damage in. It's pretty crazy. He has the mutas up high. Ling Roach Ravager down low. Is he gonna dive this? Gets a pylon. Estrella has that base though. He's probably mining now. This Immortal! So funny. What a menace. Takes out a base by himself. Forcing the cancel. Mutas get the revenge though, and it's fine. Okay, Serral has that base, but it's kind of mined out. He sees there's an observer there. Does not... Okay, he has 2 overseers in the game. Okay. Let's see. He goes for a spawning pool. Yeah, we need tech, right? Yeah. Let's get some tech. All we have is hatchery right now. Hatchery drone. Oh. The stalkers are simply sitting in the base stubbornly. This muta count though. Jeez. Look at this DPS. The Lings aren't really able to all fight correctly here. But Serral just has too much Muta damage, yeah. Wow. Pretty insane game. He definitely got ahead. And then the Muta just got so much consistent chip damage. He killed all the workers. He killed 78 workers. Very well played. Well played, Estrella. Hard fought. ZVP Oceanborn now, Serral versus Estrella. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. Welcome, welcome to Serral versus Estrella. Once upon a time, Serral had a sick 20-1 run in I Am Katowice by maps. This is a series he played, and in this series he did not drop a map. How did he do it? We're finding out right now. Right now. That last game, the heckin' Sloverlord scouted the main at like 4:30. It seems so random of a time to scout, but that's basically when Protos's 2-base gas commitment choice has been made. As in, are they going for 2-base Colossus, 2-base Zealot all in, 2-base air? Like, what's the play for what you're doing with your units? What are you doing in there? He Sloverlord scouted double Stargate, and then Estrella canceled that and went ground instead. So then Serral went to air and just got lots of chip damage with Mutas while making sure that he had a plenty strong Ling Roach Ravager army behind it. Very good play. And then because he was Muta based, he opted to base race instead of go back and fight the army when it was between his bases and stuff. Pretty cool. Sloverlord. Yes, that is what overlords are called before overlord speed. They are Sloverlords. They go very, very, very slowly. They're basically like Ents of the air, if you think about it.
It takes a long time to float across the map, President Overlord. Boom.
What does Serral see? The natural wall. There's a base. There's a gateway. There's a pylon. There's a cybernetics core. And a unit being chrono boosted. Is it an adept or a stalker? He's going to go toward the high ground pedestal so he can escape and not lose this overlord. Ling is biting this probe. Adept goes out on the map. Drone turns into a third base at a nice crisp 30 supply. Creep tumor the natural, inject the main, write that down. Write that down, Chad. It's going to mean his bases are creep connected very early. And also he can just threaten his opponent by having creep in the opponent base if he is not stopped. If this man is not stopped, he will destroy you. And the map will be purple. You've been warned. There's a Zergling outside the base. I've been calling this Ling Sisu, named after the Finnish concept of unrelenting toughness against all odds. There's also a cool Tarantino-esque movie by the same name. That's very fun. I watched it recently with my father and brother. It's very violent. So be warned. His Ling outside the base scouts the probe. The probe gets the Nexus, but the Ling kills the probe. Costly. He gets a spore in the main 350. He sees the Stargate. Oh, is the spore in the main late? No, he has 2 queens up here. Jeez. 2 base mineral with 2 queens in each base. So safe. His setup is just safe. No harm from oracles will come to him, so long as he has this base set up. It's crazy. He's got Lings running between the bases. Adepts threatening a shade. Stalker gets the Oracle. Oh, Stasis Trap. Dodged. He activates it with the single drone. Chat's talking about a tactic Scarlet used on Romanticide to go low ground linear third, threaten your opponent with creep. It's very cool. This is very cool. One of the very fun and satisfying parts of Zerg macro is creep spread. Definitely a major expression of player skill. Better players have better creep spread, and also a given Zerg player can emphasize creep spread more or less in their play depending on whether they favor injects or tumors with their queen energy, and also the assessment of how many queens they want to make. Cool defensive micro there from Estrella. You do lose mining time, clumping your probes like that, but it's better than losing probes, for sure. There's 3 queens here, he's adding a spore. Creep is expanding forward, +1 ranged attack on the Evo chamber. He has a transfuse in the chamber for that queen if he needs to use it. Supply is pretty even here. Ling scout, they see 1 assimilator taken. And he has a Ling just chilling at that 4th base location, fills the gas in the main. 4th base is already started up for him. Roach production begins. Roach speed is going, as is +1 ranged. The 4th base is on the way. Activates it with a single drone. With a single drone. Or a drone in a relationship. The oracles. Putting the pepper on this base. The queen grumpily attacking them. But 3 drones ultimately did fall. There's another Spire here. He's going Roach Ravager Ling with Spire to be annoying. It's pretty cool. Oh, I bet he's happy about the Spire after seeing double Robo. Double Robo with a Robo Bay. That's a very heavy commitment to ground from Protoss. Robo Bay units, or sorry, Robo units are very expensive. Robo Bay units are even more expensive. And they're all ground to ground only. There isn't any Robo Bay thing that can shoot up. So, Mutas will only have to deal with Stalkers or other gateway units. They won't have to deal with air. There simply isn't enough gas on 3 bases to go double Robo Colossi or double Robo Disruptor. And then also go Stargates and also have Gateway. You have to pick 2, basically. So Estrella has picked here Gateway units and double Robo Colossi. And Serral says, okay, I will make 14 Mutas and Massling. He's getting +1 air attack, +1 melee attack. So his Lings and his Mutas will be very strong. He has some units patrolling in the main here. I don't think he has shown his Mutas yet. Let's see how many he has now. Looks like he has 12 on the hotkey. He's stubbornly not chasing the Prism right away with the Mutas because he wants to get more surprise damage. He's flying directly to the natural. Warp Prism recalls home. 2 Stalkers here at the natural. Mutas are right on the probes. What does he do? Does he recall? He's going to contaminate the gateway to prevent more Stalkers from being built. Wow. Estrella is now going to be behind by 1 Stalker. 11 damage, or sorry, 11 workers of damage from the Mutas. It's very good. He has his ground army with also the new Mutas on a hotkey. Okay, now the Mutas are grouping up. He's checking to see where the opponent's army is. Slings are running around. Mutas flying back toward the natural here. He's looking for more. That's a lot of Stalkers. He may have enough Mutas to beat that. He's gonna elect not to try. More links are coming out. +1 air attack is almost done. +1 melee is almost done. He really does not want to take a fight until those 2 upgrades are done. But his army is so fast that he's basically just threatening on both halves of the map at the same time. And he can just pull back whichever side loses. Oh, the Muta Ling Roach going into the natural. The Ling Roach is going to guarantee these Mutas can win this fight easily. And he also still has an army on the right-hand side. He sees the Colossi coming over. That's going to call him to send the rest of his units into the 4th base. Estrella really needed the Colossi over here, but what can you do? Okay, the Colossi are getting back there. But now the Mutas can kill the Colossi. Or the probes here. He gets the shield battery. Oh my gosh, a Colossus for free. 2 Colossi for 3 Colossi for free. Okay, for the cost of 2 Mutas. Okay, 3 Mutas. Wow, almost for free. Amazing. He is running circles around his opponent. Oh my gosh. Making Protoss play whack-a-mole with a Mutaflock. Ask any ladder Protoss, and most of them will tell you that this is not enjoyable for them. He's getting so much gas. He's getting +2 air attack, +2 melee attack. Ling Muta pretty much only. He's not scared of Colossi anymore because they were killed. So it's just Stalkers. +2 melee Lings are pretty good against that. Just gonna point that out. Muta's going back into the natural here. These probes are fucked. Oh my god. Cybercore is dead. You actually can't make Stalkers if you don't have a Cybercore. Did you know that? Now you know. Fastest injects in the world. Serral just injected his bases. If you blinked, you missed it. But it happened. Back up the video, it happened. Mutas just go directly for the Colossus. Did you know that Colossi cannot blink to get away from Mutas like Stalkers can? Not everyone knows that. The 4th base is overrun. Estrella is out of money and out of Colossi, and Serral has taken another series. Very, very strong and clean. Well played, Master Serral.